Hey guys, it is Christine. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, hello. I am mama to 3 little ones. I'm also a homeschooling mama, so you'll find that kind of content on my channel. But I like to share general parenting tips and things that I think will help other mums out. I've been through it a bit with having 3 children. Mine are currently 4, 3, and 1, so it's busy, and we've done the newborn days and the sleepless nights and all that goes with that. So I like to share what has worked for me in hopes that it will help work for you as well. Today I'm going to be talking about how to help out a new mum. And this video kind of stems from a blog post that I wrote several years back, I think in 2017, about better things to say than the dishes can wait. Because while I understand that phrase comes from a place of love, like mama, the dishes can wait, babies don't keep, it also isn't overly helpful, because the reality is, while the dishes can wait sometimes, they can't always, and it's actually just not very helpful to mamas, especially new mums. We know that babies don't keep. We know that they grow up quickly, and there's enough pressure to just enjoy the moment as it is without people sort of piling onto that. So today I want to share with you things that are actually helpful to new mums, and why saying things like babies don't keep and all the rest of it just isn't helpful for people like myself. Also realize this is coming from a place of personal opinion. It's not obviously going to be across the board, but I'm just sharing my thoughts behind it in hopes that it might help you as well. So before we jump into the tips for helping new mums, I want to talk a little bit about why saying things like babies don't keep isn't overly helpful, or like the dishes can wait. Well, number one, no one else is going to do them. Like, let's just be real here. Yes, my husband does help whenever he can, but he also works and he's out of the home the vast majority of the time. He does help out when he gets home, and by help out I mean he does his part, There are also single mamas who don't have anyone helping them, or mamas who have husbands deployed or working away from home who don't have the help. So sure, the dishes can wait some of the time, but not forever. Like, they are going to need to be done at some point. The second reason is that some people like myself cannot focus with a messy house. Like, I just can't. I cannot concentrate. I struggle. I will say that after having 3 children, my standards have definitely lowered over the years, but there still has to be a level of cleanliness to maintain my sanity. And number 3, kind of hand in hand with that, it affects my mental health. Having a cluttered house, there is actually research that shows that it can clutter your mind too, and I certainly know that that's the case for me. When things are just everywhere, I start getting anxious, annoyed, irritable, all those kinds of things, and it's because I can't think clearly because there's just stuff everywhere. So yeah, having a clean home, it doesn't have to be spotless, it doesn't have to be clean 24/7, but at least some point in the day for it to be clean is important to me. And with mamas dealing with things like postpartum depression and just the baby blues and ups and downs, some level of normal is really helpful in a world where basically it gets tipped on its head and everything's different. So it's nice to be able to have a clean home. So here is what is actually helpful for a new mama to hear. Number 1, can I bring you a meal? I will tell you that this was the biggest blessing for me as a new mother, is when someone would bring me a meal. There were a few times when my husband's grandmother would just call at about 3 in the afternoon and say, hey, look, I cooked enough for you guys to have as well. Can I bring you down a meal? And usually it was like a roast or something amazing. She was incredible. But even if it was something as simple as mac and cheese, I would have been very grateful for it. Babies are very often irritable in the late afternoon and evening hours, and it makes it really challenging to get dinner on the table, especially in those early weeks when you're just really exhausted. So offer to bring a new mama a meal, or alternately a meal subscription service. We had really good friends do this for us as a gift to us for the 2 weeks. They gave us this meal subscription service where literally these beautiful meals were just delivered to our doorstep, and it was incredible. So that's a big help to a new mom. Another thing that can be helpful is to give paper plates, because doing the dishes is hard too. So that'll eliminate that issue. Just give a new mama some paper plates and cups, and that'll be great. Number 2, ask her if you can do some chores for her. Does her laundry need to be hung out? Does it need to be folded or put away? Can you do the dishes for her perhaps? Pull out the vacuum. I'm sure there is something that she needs done. So ask her. And if you're asking, be genuine and actually follow through. Number 3, this is for mamas who have other children. Ask her if you can watch them for her. It can be really hectic in those early days when you have a newborn and like older rowdy children and you're tired and you need to take a nap, and you might get a moment to take a nap, but then the older kids are out. It's wonderful if you could take them for an hour or two. It would be such a blessing to that mama. And the other thing is that time to just bond with your newborn is so fleeting at the beginning. Like, those weeks just fly by. And so it's lovely if you're just given the opportunity to just have some one-on-one time with them. As much as you love your older children and want to be with them as well, you cannot have your attention divided all the time. And so it's a big blessing if just like once a week you say, hey, can I take your kids for an hour or two? That would be amazing for a new mom. Number 4, can I get you anything? Getting out of the house with a new baby, I remember feeling so overwhelmed and just like completely daunted when it was with my first. I was just like, what if he cries? Like, what if he needs feeding? It was so scary to me. And I did it, obviously, and you get better at it and you become a lot more confident, and eventually you don't even really think about it. But it can also be challenging when you have a brand new baby. And the other thing to consider is just germs and all that yucky stuff. You don't really want to expose your brand new baby to that. So offering to a new mama to go and get her something that she might need so she doesn't have to leave the house can be a real big blessing. Or ultimately offer to watch the kids so she can go out, because she also might want that. Number 5, how can I help? This isn't the first question I would ask, because I feel like when you're in those sleep-deprived newborn days, it's really difficult to nail down what you actually need. You're just tired, and so it's better to be more specific, like, can I do chores for you? Can I bring you a meal? But just asking how you can help in general is also very thoughtful, and just be willing to like listen and actually do what they ask instead of thinking what you think they'll need. Do you know what I mean? Being a new mama is a challenge like not many others out there. It's very unique. You're recovering from giving birth. You're sleep deprived. I mean, like I always say that, if you undergo like major surgery, you have like 6 weeks minimum of bed rest, and then you have like C-section mamas and even mamas who deliver naturally, who go through like a major bodily traumatic experience to the body, and they're just expected to keep going. It's hard, it's rough, it's not for the faint-hearted, but anyone who can help and who is willing to help is a huge blessing. Having done it 3 times myself, I am so grateful for the support and the help that I had during that time. So if you know a new mama, I hope these tips were helpful for you. I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel if you want to keep up with the content that I post. I'm trying to post twice a week. I've got to be real and say that's probably not always going to happen, just because, like I said, I'm homeschooling now. I run a blog that's like my full-time gig and all of that, but I am trying my very best to post more on here because I've missed it and I've missed the community, and I want to keep building that. So if you want to see the content that I post, please subscribe, hit the like button, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.